I am attempting to do the rest of this APERS self-assessment for our class. And I'm kind of starting at the bottom, number 32, and work my way up. And it's talking about paraprofessionals have had no training about special ed or ESD. The district that I most often refer to is the one that I worked for in Texas, and I had two paraprofessionals, and I was teaching a life skills class. Both paraprofessionals and myself had to complete 11 videos. They were like a module on how to work with students on the spectrum. Effective? Yes and no. Experience was one of our best teachers, but as far as fully trained, not nearly to the extent of what I'm being trained now. Definitely not nearly. Key members have no collaborative relationship. Team meetings are rare. I have to say, this is a real strength in our program that I'm in now. It's not a challenge, it's a strength. The team members I work with are amazing. The SLP and the school psychologist and myself, we are dialed. And I'm writing about it in my signature paper, but I have had some challenging students, and one especially, and the one that bit me last year, that I've been dealing with a lot of things, trying to help figure out. I did my FBA report on him for one class previous, and the school psychologist, his triennial is coming up, and she absolutely took the FBA information that I gave to her and has designed a behavior intervention plan that's just amazing. And as a side note, he worked with me for 50 minutes with just a little break here and there. 50 full minutes. That sticker chart was filling up quick. And his reward were 2 Sour Patch Kids before he went home. He works for Goldfish Crackers now. So the team members implement all actions, the SLP, as well as sensory goals. Yes, we are definitely a tight team. We actually had a little girl that came to us with no ABA whatsoever. Her parents are from another country. And what we ended up working out with our training was we overlapped. We gave her 20 minutes each. In her hour with us, she had 20 minutes OT, 20 minutes SLP, and 20 minutes with SAI. And this worked out beautifully. The little girl, she got to sit at one table, and it was kind of like rotation. And then she got up and moved to the other table, and then to the other table. And we saw that we definitely overlapped. I kept a very simple schedule for her. Just a little check-off chart. It had ABC, that was alphabet with a check mark. And 1, 2, 3 was her math with a check mark. And then I had a pencil, showing a little pencil for writing and a check mark. And then it equaled a Kit Kat wrapper because she loved chocolate. I've talked about her in other classes. That was her reward. And then the speech and language worked with her for chocolate. Kid got a lot of chocolate that day, but it worked out. She was really good. So we developed a prevention plan, and we worked on what we would do to help interfere with the negative, to interrupt the negative behaviors, and work together as to make a positive. One of the things is my room tends to be overstimulating. We know that because I'm the one with the posters in the room, the pencil sharpener, the little knickknacks. So when we have a severe child, we actually work in a different room. A child that's more severe on the spectrum. We work in a room that is more, I guess, a hospital environment. It's just kind of toned down better. So we do that. We do collaborate as a team when interfering behaviors occur. We definitely have used the FBA method, especially since I'm the one that's taking these courses lately. I'm bringing it to the team's remembrance. The SLP has had training, as well as of course, the school psychologist is very knowledgeable. But just having had the FBA training has really helped us because all of us are using the token chart system. All of us have some type of reward, be it blowing bubbles or, giving goldfish crackers. We're working together as a team. We definitely use more than 3 strategies, and I will definitely write about that in my signature paper, but all of us have a visual schedule. All of us have a timer, and my other coworker, she has a sensory box, and I'm going to talk to her about that so I can also carry that over into working with my students. We do work with our kids one-on-one because it is a homeschool charter school where the parents bring the student to us for their 1-hour session with us. SLP sometimes we'll have them for 30 minutes, and we even have some children that we work together. She and I work together. The little guy that's been most challenging for safety reasons because he does have a tendency to elope. And so sometimes we do work as a team, kind of a team taught idea, but we use organizers, calendars, picture schedules, etc. We don't have necessarily social groups. I don't. The speech and language teacher does. And she definitely uses social stories in her teaching her students. What else do we have? Let's see, social skills interventions. She uses a lot of those. We use the PECS system. We have a little boy with Down syndrome that she will bring him to me, and I will ask him questions so that he can practice using his device. So we have, oh my goodness, instructional strategies. We definitely work on communication all the time. I have been around my speech and language therapist friend. We're coffee buddies enough that I see and hear what she uses with her students as far as social communication, and I do follow up with the student when they're in my room as well, just fostering what she's doing as well. So we definitely have multiple times of communication with school staff, peers, community members. Community members not so much because we are at one site, but the parents have told us, complimented us, that the way that our school is working and having an effect on their child, and how now they are more able to take their child out into the community and not be so afraid. I know one middle school boy's dad told me he couldn't even take his son to the park before he started coming to us the past 2 years because a dog would bark and the son would bolt. But the more aware he is becoming of his world outside of his home life, the more apt and better he is getting about being able to transition to the grocery store. And if he hears a baby cry, he doesn't run like he used to. And he's doing so much better. Still a firm believer in ABA, absolutely. So we do have visual supports, and we use them routinely. Definitely, we all have first, then scripts. First, and one mom has worked for more. We use that phrase a lot for her son. He is allowed iPad time when he works with me, and of course he's on a timer, and he has his visual schedule, his token chart, and it's work for more. And a lot of kids are learning sign language along with everything else that we're teaching them. So yeah, we definitely use prompts, visual prompts, verbal prompts. Sometimes I do the guided hand over hand, or I'll guide the elbow and teach the student, point to this one or that one, and then, helping them with the writing. Lately, we've been issued iPads, and our iPads have learning games on them. And I've gotten really used to getting better used to using the iPad for my students. They seem to really enjoy that. So, definitely capitalizing on their strengths and interests. Oh my goodness, what else? Comprehensive assessments. We, of course, have our triennial assessment, which we're doing now with this one little fella that I explained as my challenge. I started out with the Woodcock-Johnson, testing him, but because he is a reader, but he didn't seem to have the math as far as addition and subtraction. He's 7 in the first grade, and so I moved to the Yellow Brigance, but he doesn't understand less or more. As far as quantity and the things there. So his triennial report's pretty much going to have to be on observation more than anything. And that's about the end of my video. I'm looking at it. It's 9 minutes and 30 seconds. So I'm going to wrap it up. This is my last video journal for this class. I have thoroughly enjoyed the information I'm learning, and I am going to discontinue this video and get back to my signature paper.